Hi everyone, this is Penny of Wacko Witch Astrology. Welcome back to my channel where today we are talking about the meaning of letters. Today's letter is the letter K. Now K is the 11th letter of the alphabet, and people whose names start with the letter K are affected by a variety of different influences. You are meant to be able to bring different and even sometimes contracting forces together within the same place. So you have influences both from the spiritual realm and from the physical realm, and you have to find where these ideas about things, where these inspirations actually meet up with the real world influences that you experience, and how you can maintain your set of beliefs and standards despite everything that life throws at you. So people whose names start with the letter K typically feel very conflicted about things. You know, a lot of times they'll feel like this isn't quite the way they wanted life to work out. This isn't like the type of adult that they wanted to become. And when they were younger, they probably had much different ideas about things than they do now. But they really have to find their point where they feel centered and they feel like they can make sense of everything. And once they find that, they become very effective at being able to reach out to people and help other people understand their own sense of direction and make sense of the things that have happened and things that have gone on in their own lives. K is actually almost like a representation of crossroads. A lot of K words, kind of like J words, they have a lot of extremes. You know, we have like kindness, kinship, and then we have words like kick, and then we have all these silent Ks at the beginning of words as well, like knuckle. So the letter K really kind of has trouble finding its place, and I almost think of it like it's a road, and this road has like all these different directions and like branching off, and it has to try to find the center point. And I don't think people with the letter K are too into people pleasing, but they do take a lot of influence from other people and try to get direction and inspiration from them in order so that they can find themselves. And the true self is important to people whose names start with the letter K. They are very spiritual people, and they will kind of look for spiritual meaning and understanding in everything. I would say they probably have a better of the concept as above, so below, however it goes, than most people do. Frankly, I've had people explain that to me multiple times, and I feel like something just doesn't click for me. Even as a spiritual worker, you know, I'll go ahead and admit, like, I get it. Like, I literally get it. I understand the concept. I've studied it and stuff, but I don't get it. But I think the letter K, having it like reflection at the top and the bottom, it's a good representation of that. And the bottom represents the spiritual, or the bottom represents the physical, and the top represents the spiritual. So not only do these people have a lot of beliefs that influence them, but they also have like a lot of hobbies and different cultural experiences, and they probably know like a big variety of different types of people in their life. They connect with people from all kinds of different walks of lives, and they might even almost kind of feel like they themselves live multiple lives because they just kind of, you know, blend in and go with the flow, and they're very receptive to hearing people out and coming to a point where they can actually understand them. So they're probably trying to, you know, figure out their own purpose and their own sense of direction, and they do deeply believe in that. They kind of believe that everyone has a purpose and things happen for a reason. So they are trying to find their sense of direction and what they are meant to do with their own personal life. Like, why did all of this happen to me? Why did I come into life with these beliefs that were then challenged by these experiences that I had? And I have to find the way these experiences can relate to those beliefs, and, you know, find the use of my creative inspiration and the things that the messages that I actually want to put out into the world, and how my intentions overlap with my imagination and what I feel could be and should be, and what I want to show people and be able to get them to understand. So people whose names start with the letter K they have like all these like intense internal processes that I'm kind of reiterating right now. But I don't feel like they really like outwardly express them so much. They're more subtle. They more kind of hook on to other people and go with the flow of what other movements are going on so that they can kind of ride along. They're not really so big on leadership, at least none of the people I know whose names start with the letter K. I can't think of anyone I know. I might need to think a little bit harder. But normally they will go with someone else's project and just kind of surrender themselves to that and believe in that. And they're good at being able to relate to other people. So even though their own purpose is very important to them, they're not so self-centered that they want everything to be about them. They're actually not that interested in making everything about them. They're more interested in making everything about how they relate to the world on a spiritual as well as a physical level. So that's what's really interesting about people whose names start with the letter K. Go ahead and leave a comment below with your name or any names you can think of that start with the letter K, and that'd be interesting. And also, if you can come up with any words that start with the letter K, that will also help us understand how this letter impacts the world and what kinds of vibrations it gives off, what kinds of realities it can help us create. Anyway, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, and I hope to see you guys again. Bye!